Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. The year is 2024. I'm Hank. With me is Salt Circle Ben.
Thought you missed the opportunity to call me the man who cannot clap. I keep fucking up my claps.
The man who forgot to clap.
I forgot how to clap. I'm doing it.
How to clap.
I don't know. I hit my hand weird because it sounds like this instead of like, it's terrible.
Instead of like this.
I didn't even hear it. Discord didn't like that. I assume I assume it was a nice thick clap.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, you're right. I forgot. Discord fucking eats it. So
Yeah. Which, thanks Discord, I guess.
Yeah.
In general. Man, another year of podcasting, dude.
We did it. We survived.
We did. I want to quit podcasting through historic events. It's getting real old.
History marches ever forward.
I just want to be in like the boring part of history locally, Just for a little, just like a couple years would be cool. It's been like 8, dude. It's been fucking nearly a decade of just fucking what on earth. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We had a great podcast year, honestly.
Yeah.
We had more Dragon Ball. The introduction I'm seeing early on, we did Mermaid Saga. What a fucking that intro to Rumiko Takahashi. Pretty impactful, I would say.
That's a big one. Even though it's like 2 episodes of the podcast.
Well, because it's all going on in the background, right? Like, I'm watching Urusei Yatsura, and like you're reading stuff, and the stuff that I plan to read, like I'm planning to go through a ton of shit, but like that was it's shit that will probably appear on the podcast in like maybe 2025 or even some of it maybe 2026, but like that was the moment.
That was what set us on the path where like we're pot committed now. We're fucking deep diving like all our shit.
Oh yeah. And mine will speed up. Like the thing holding me back is I'm doing that fucking OG anime, which is just long as balls.
Yeah. Well, if you did the anime for all of them, it would be long as balls.
Oh my
for all
god.
Of them.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking much. Like
it's just a lot.
That's like a someday thing. I'm not doing that for the other ones. Not like I did with Urusei Yatsura, where I did manga right into anime. There's no way.
Sure.
I want to watch other things. Yeah, I mean so I think, was it last year or was it the year before? It was like the year of Dragon Ball for me. I mean this year it's honestly as impactful as checking out Mermaid Saga was, and then Urusei Yatsura and stuff. Like it's DC year, baby. Like a lot of that, which is funny because a lot of that stuff is still not out. Like it's still releasing into 2024. But we did like all of it last year.
Yeah.
That's been huge.
It's been really good. Cuz kind of Salt Labyrinth kind of led into talking about a bunch of stuff like fucking Kingdom Come.
Oh yeah.
And just hitting a point of like having talked about enough stuff that I'm like, you have to watch this so that we can talk about this stuff in the context with it.
Yeah, well,
it weighs too heavily on my brain.
That was so much of why we did it. Yeah, because like I would want to do stuff, and you're like, like we'll do it, but like we should do it after we watch like stuff. And I'm like, well then we need to fucking watch stuff.
You watch 1,000 episodes of cartoons.
I'm like, fuck yeah, hit me. It is,
Then we could talk about Crisis on Infinite Earths. Then you'll be ready.
Dude, it's so funny though. Like that shit just hits so good. And it's it's funny because getting Anya's perspective on stuff is like hilarious. For some reason, she thought I was like forcing myself to watch some of this stuff, like a ton of stuff, and I'm like, I don't follow. She's like, well, you like were miserable, but you were watching Batman, and I'm like, that's not. Those emotions, that emotion and that activity do not go together. Like, are you thinking of what I watched Fooly Cooley? Because that wasn't fun. And so that was just wild to me. I'm like, I'm watching Batman because I fucking love Batman. Like, that was a love at first sight kind of deal. Just absolutely sucked in. But it is kind of funny, watching some of the, because some of the Salt Labyrinth stuff is coming out like way later than we recorded, because you're kind of like mixing it in, right? Or like putting it in a
It's
more
all
sensible order.
Well, it's all out. All the Salt Labyrinths are out.
Oh, okay.
But I did sit on them for a long time. But some of them I was like, the real ones I was sitting on the longest were like the last couple. Because I sat on the one that was New Frontier. Because like at the end of that, we're like, all right, we're fucking doing it. And when I wasn't going to be then putting out the fucking Batman, also we talk about that movie. And I wasn't putting out movie stuff or whatever.
Sure.
In that one.
Yeah, no,
But,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I knew there was like a lead-in one that you were waiting on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, no, they've all been out for a while.
It worked.
But I did sit on them for a bit.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, like, I don't remember a lot of them.
Sure.
Like, I'm looking back. What's our first shit here? It's episode 210. Like, episode 6, Avengers 2018, 1 through 6. Offhand, no idea. Heroes Reborn, The Return, no idea. Doctor Doom and the Masters of Evil, locked in. Fucking locked in. 100%. Amazing Spider-Man 900, I think I would remember if I looked at it. Like, that one I feel like I enjoyed, but off the title alone, I can't recall it. But, like,
sure.
there's so much that goes. Or, like, like Superman smashes the Klan. Like, that title is specific enough. And, I mean, also, that was a very informative comic for me. Like, that it's specific enough that I remember it. But, like, Amazing Spider-Man 900 does not activate my memory enough.
Sure.
But, I mean, most of this other stuff, actually, that I'm looking at, Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane, Batgirl is, like, the title alone is doing it. But, like, then we get Salt Labyrinth 16, Marvels. Could be anything.
It's about the photographer and the history of Marvel.
Oh, right, that one. That one was good. No, I just, with the generic names, I just, flip something.
Yeah.
Man, did we do Oh no, this was okay. That makes sense. I was like, we didn't do Shin Ultraman. That was last year, right? Because it came out last year. I scrolled
Shin
too far
Ultraman
back.
was last year.
I scrolled too far.
Kamen
back.
Rider and Shin Kamen Rider was this.
Yeah,
was this year.
Yeah, dude, that shit was good. I still think about Shin Ultraman a lot. Admittedly, I do not really think about Shin Kamen Rider too often. I mostly still think about the manga, that dude getting fucking put through with a cross tombstone. Like, that's the one.
That's like, that panel goes so fucking hard.
Yeah, dude. I don't
Stabbing
know.
Man Bat with the fucking cross.
Yeah.
God.
We had man, it feels like, did we not do many movie nights this year? I feel like we didn't.
We really didn't.
We did like the sword and or sorcery night, and was that it?
That might have been it.
Because like the strikes and stuff, we were just not.
Yeah, there was we did the Paddington and Annihilation thing.
Yeah,
Either in the last year or the start or last year.
Yeah.
I've started, and then kind of nothing till Sword and Sorcery Night, and then nothing since.
Yeah.
We just haven't done movies.
Yeah.
We did. Well, the movies we've done have been DC movies.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
and like,
and some Dragon Ball.
and we
we
did
hit some Dragon Ball.
Shin Kamen Rider, Godzilla -1. Yeah, some Dragon Ball movies. Not nothing, but you know.
Sword and Sorcery Night was oddly informative for me, cause I mean I think that one was my idea kinda.
Yeah.
And I mean mostly for the purpose of like I want to watch Conan.
Mm-hmm.
But that you introduced me to Excalibur through it, and that movie fucks. Like that's a fucking great film. And
Yeah.
more importantly, it made me realize because I really liked all of those films, and I was thinking about why I like them. And I guess Ironclad isn't. We watched Ironclad, right? That was that.
In Sword and or Sorcery
Yeah.
Night. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that one not like. What? Okay. What was the fourth one? Before I continue. Conan
Legend.
Legend. Right. It made me realize what I liked about these films. Sans Ironclad, I like different things about that one. It turns out like
Ironclad was my addition because I was like, I just want to watch this stupid movie.
and it was fucking great. That movie was so good. That movie was incredibly good. Actually, you know what? I should tell my mom about that movie. I think I said I was going to because she'd like it, and I just never got around to it. But now I'm like physically here.
I am the blood. I am God's right hand.
Hell yeah, dude!
What all-time speech.
Yeah,
all-time
man.
speech.
But the thing about the other three that I realized, because I was like, man, I really like like Conan stuff, fucking Warlord. Give me that old school fantasy bullshit. The specific thing I really liked was apparently I love when people find a sword. That's just incredible. Even like the scene of them finding the sword in Legend, that pulls so much work for me. It's like that scene and Tim Curry are carrying that film on their backs. Because otherwise that movie, like the atmosphere is great, but like meh.
Yeah.
And in Conan he finds the fucking sword, and I'm like, that might be my favorite scene. Excalibur, the whole thing's about the sword. It's great. You have that like weird.
Excalibur is the movie about finding the sword,
and it's like the green glow and shit. And, it's so good. So I was like, I don't actually give a shit about the fantasy stuff. I just like it when they find the sword. And then I was thinking about it more, and I'm like, maybe this is why I like Star Wars. The fucking lightsaber gets pulled out. It's just a sword. Like. So that was funny, like having that realization. So now I'm like, hit me with shit. I'll watch it if there's a sword that someone finds. I'm in. It's that easy.
That's so funny.
But it's so good. Like it always gets me. It's always great. And you know why? It's because I want to find a fucking sword, Hank. I want to find the cool sword to vanquish the evil.
That happens in Dragon Ball. We got the Z sword.
I mean, Dragon Ball had like, excuse me, Dragon Ball had some similar effects. I think sword could really be replaced with like, object, or like basically you're acquiring a power of some kind. So like Goku going into the cave, which water was it? The fucking cave where he like meets the illusions of his friends. Is that the ultra power water or like the super ultra power water?
I think that's the sacred water. And then there's
like
the ultra divine water.
Yeah, there's like three of them.
It's something.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's the first one, and then they just do it again, but this time the water's real.
Yeah.
Water actually powers you up.
That sort of shit I just love. You know, like it just hits every fucking time because it's such a simple thing. And if I guess if the like quest or the build up to getting there is garbage, then it doesn't hit. But all of the things, it's been good enough to hit. So Legend is probably the weakest one, but damn, that sword was glittery. It's in a room of treasure.
I honestly don't remember the sword in Legend. That is not in my brain anymore.
Yeah, see, the scene is so fucking tiny. It's not like it's super important or anything, you know? So
Yeah,
yeah,
Excalibur's just a fucking good movie, though.
it really is.
Also, I really enjoyed Conan on this watch.
Hell
on that watch,
yeah.
I kept thinking about Conan.
Conan was.
How
I
like
love Conan, dude.
like just the way he's like a little kid with his fucking crew.
Yeah, yeah, dude. They're just rolling.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's Conan. Conan really hit for me. The Psycho thing about it this time. Like when I watched it in like I guess early high school or something.
mm-hmm.
I think it was early high school. I don't think it was junior high. Regardless, I mean it hit then. This time I couldn't stop. Like I was watching the movie, but in the back, like a lot of my brain power was dedicated to figuring out where that one song. I'd heard part of the one song before, and it was fucking me up until I finally found it in like a metal song. They just completely ripped. There's like an exploration scene where it's like like they just ripped that straight, and I was like, I've heard this somewhere.
Yeah.
But
The line that completely has stuck with me since watching it, that I think about fucking all the time, is at first they were just another snake cult.
yeah, dude, that one is great. They were just another snake
There's
cult.
so much lore. There's so much world. Like snake cults. Obvious. That's just a thing.
They were just another
It's
snake
so
cult.
good.
Yeah, man.
Dying.
Yeah, dude. Also, fucking James Earl Jones as Thulsa Doom.
He's spectacular.
It's so good. And he does.
Turns into a snake
I
in
was
that
gonna
one
say
scene.
we get snake. It is a snake cult. Also, it's many things, but it's also that.
He talks about how in his youth, he used to think steel was powerful, but no. It's flesh. Flesh is power. And he makes that person like jump off a cliff.
Yeah. And then it turns out steel is actually pretty powerful. You know?
Steel's pretty good.
Steel-
Steel's pretty good.
Steel's pretty good. That sword, dude. The thing that's I don't know what stuck with. I mean, the thing that stuck with me this time was him finding the sword. This watch through. The first time I saw it, the scene that stuck with me was actually the early one where he's like enslaved and he's just pushing the fucking thing around.
That's a great scene.
And like, yeah,
where he's pushing it with people, and then it cuts forward, and he's pushing it alone.
It's just
That's
him.
fucking perfect.
Just him, and he's fucking yoked, and there's a rut in the ground.
Yeah,
Like
that's
shit,
a perfect scene.
Yeah,
that's cinema.
That shit was burned in my fucking brain. It's funny that I didn't start working out earlier, to be honest, for how much that scene stuck with me.
Sure.
Yeah, shit's just it was so good. You know what thing we did really scratch the itch of like finding a power?
What?
Forza.
Kamen Rider Forza.
Right. That shit was great.
What a good protagonist.
It's just, yeah, dude. Like, wow, just make your protagonist like an infallibly good person. It's just that easy.
It's just that easy.
It's just.
He's gonna make friends with everybody, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
He's the guy who's gonna become friends with an orbital weapons platform or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it was so good. That shit was
I was so happy
incredible.
that the movie kind of pays off on things that like you feel a little like you didn't get in the finale.
Oh yeah.
In terms of like dumb shit.
Yeah, dude. No, that whole thing was that was a great watch. I still I don't know that any of it peaked or topped that early on that fight, which like in episode 2, which was like the best onboarding of my life. Launches up with the motorcycle, fucking spins, fucking burns the jet in the dude's face. I'm like, I'm in. I watched episode 1 and I was like, yeah, I mean, okay, like I'll I'm not tapping out or anything. That episode 2 was just like, I've never been so on board with anything in my entire fucking life. The only way they could have topped it is if he found a sword and then went on the motorcycle and did that shit.
Yeah.
No, that
I fucking love that he dies and comes back from the dead, and then still like becomes friends with the person who betrayed and murdered him, and like then they're just buddies.
Yeah.
It's like fucking fallible, perfect.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
so good.
The only thing that still kind of bugged me was like the whole, what's the guy who turned out to be like I forget his name, the alien. Like, he's the nerd the whole time who was being Forze, but he had health issues. And I thought they were setting it up for him to die, but they set it up for him to be like a chosen mystical alien who has to like go back and do whatever. Like that shit was kind of weird.
Yeah, but then he was just back.
Yeah, they didn't even fucking commit.
No, they did it, and then they're like, yeah, that was horse shit. You're not wrong. Like the thing of like the next stage of humanity stuff, like all the like plot that happens at the very end with the fucking aliens. That shit is dumb. But I forgive it all because at the end it's like, yeah, that didn't matter. Your buddy's back. Everything's fine.
Yeah,
that was stupid. But we kind of felt like we had to do it for some reason.
Got to get that bit of drama
space narratives.
Yeah. I find it, man. I'm looking at the list. I find it funny in hindsight that we did Shin Kamen Rider and then did Forze. I mean, I guess Shin Kamen Rider was a pretty good like getting my. I mean, I guess we did the manga first, really.
Yeah, the manga was the first thing.
But like, from a watch perspective, I mean, because I wasn't super like, it's not like it really hit like max or something with the manga.
Yeah.
So I guess doing Shin Kamen Rider was a good way to like ease into Forze. But after doing it for how Forze hit, like I think next time I watch Shin Kamen Rider, I'll have a bit of a greater appreciation for it. Honestly.
Sure. Yeah. And like, Forze was the thing that got me in on Kamen Rider personally. It's just like watching a 50 episode show takes longer than reading one volume of a manga and watching a movie.
Yeah. Oh, totally. You want to be sure I'm locked in on that.
Like, Forze only kind of happened because of a scheduling window or whatever, right?
That sounds correct.
I'm looking for stuff that wasn't, struck work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Because
we did do that right in the middle of all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Forze isn't streaming anywhere, so I felt okay about doing that.
Yeah. Man, I didn't mention the most important Salt Labyrinth, that Beowulf.
Uh-huh.
That is maybe top of my list for please make the second half.
Sure.
Man, what a delight.
God, that thing is so fucking good. That was my Christmas present for my mom, was I gave her that book.
Yeah? I think I vaguely remember you mentioning it. Did she like it?
She hadn't read it yet when I left.
Okay. I feel that one.
But she said she liked it when she was looking at it.
Okay. Dude, that art is so good.
It's so good, and that's such a faithful adaptation.
Dude, it's ridiculous how like
it's
faithful.
the most faithful adaptation or more faithful than any of the fucking
comics.
We watch.
Oh, the movies. Also, some of the comics, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, the movies like. God damn, everybody wants to fuck Grendel's mom, though. Look, the important thing that came from doing the Beowulf episode, which I suppose was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The important thing that came from that is now that randomly when we watch an older film or show that has like some wanky spidery ass CGI, it's like, oh shit, it's Grendel's mom. Like the fact that we
True.
both came to that one in Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon independently it delighted me.
Uh-huh.
That shit was too good.
I did add to my Beowulf collection this year. I got the version with the Lynn Ward
Oh, right.
woodcuts. I got the version with like the blue binding. The nicer
Oh yeah, you got
edition
the
of that.
saucy one. Okay. See, I got that one by fucking accident. I had ordered like the more basic one, and from the like Abe Books or whatever, thrift books, one of the used book websites. They sent me the Gucci one, and I was like, okay, like no complaints here.
Hell yeah.
So happy. No, I love that edition.
Yeah, I love those woodcuts.
The
I love Lynn Ward in general. Is really great.
Yeah. That shit is fantastic. My edition was instead of getting an adaptation of Beowulf, I got a book about comic and graphic novel adaptations of Beowulf. Pretty stoked.
Although I do think the thing I think about the most from that Beowulf episode is still that fucking documentary I watched about the making of
Yeah, and how it was like cursed.
the one. Yeah, the completely cursed making where I'm like, filmmakers should be in fucking jail.
Yeah. I need to fucking I don't think I ever actually checked that out in full.
Well, yeah, because it's only on like fucking Vimeo.
Yeah.
I had to fucking. It's the only time I've rented a movie on Vimeo.
Man, what's it called? Do you remember? Something.
Wrath of God? Wrath of the Gods? I don't remember.
Let's see. Wrath of Gods. Documentary film.
Wrath of Gods, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That documentary is unfucking believable. It's so good.
I need to watch it in full, really. I need to watch that. I should watch that fucking movie again.
That movie is so fucking mid.
I know.
But
like, that's why I can't remember fucking any of it.
it's just the decisions it made in terms of adapting the story are so fucking bad. Like, I just hate them.
Yeah.
But realistically, the movie is like just really mid and nobody saw it.
Yeah. No.
But like, you know, they're in a physical place that's fucking beautiful. So it's got that going for it. It made making the movie a living nightmare for everyone involved, but it's pretty.
I mean,
There's that one boat shot where everyone almost died.
it's called committing to the art, okay?
Except they weren't told how much danger they were in.
Yeah, it's fine. Why stress them out? We have not talked about Witch from Mercury.
If not.
It's a thing we watched. I mean, we did
It's
like the
good.
back half of it or whatever. Because the first half was the year before.
But it was like the very end of the year. It came
yeah.
out in 2023.
Did we?
That episode.
I'm looking. Did we do that in like? Yeah, right. Okay, I see. I completely. I was looking for the grain of salts, but we did the first season as an episode.
Yeah, we did 1 to
Yeah.
12 as one episode because
Right.
you watched it after it was all out.
Yeah.
And then we did it as a grain of salt for season 2.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Turn A.
No, see, and that's the thing. I just really wanted it to be slightly, like, I wanted the ratio of Utena to Gundam to be slightly more in Utena's favor, I think.
No, yeah.
And
yeah,
it just
and
never,
it's not.
and it was never going to be that, apparently, but
Yeah.
they fucking
Yeah.
baited me hard with that opening.
I mean, there's way more Utena in that than I would ever expect for any fucking Gundam to have.
Sure. No argument there, but like, when the two characters
But
that
particularly in the back half, you're like entirely in Gundam World.
oh yeah. And for a show where I'm like, oh, these are the characters that are going to Kith. Like, why are they separated for so much of this? I don't give a shit about anyone else. I just want to see them interacting with each other.
Yeah.
So that was like the thing. We did get that wedding
It's hilarious.
art out of it.
Yes, we did get the wedding fan art that came out after Bandai Namco like officially said they're not married.
Did they?
Or some spokesman for? There was some spokesperson for Bandai that said that not married, and like everyone who worked on the show is like, what are you fucking talking about? Two people have never been more married.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the show you paid for?
I will say the them cutting and like showing that they are married but not showing us any of the wedding or even a flat, that like had me nearly in pitchfork territory. Like I was ready to fucking riot.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted.
Look, that show,
I understand how it gets there.
Do you know what
that happens?
Do you know what I took from that show? What thing sticks in my mind from it? You can probably guess.
No.
It's a scene. What scene? Come on, you know. I guarantee.
I don't know.
Where she fucking splatters the dude. And she's like just happy.
Yeah.
Like that
the end of season 1.
Yeah, that ending was fucking unreal.
It's so good.
It's like it's murderer. So... Like what the fuck? That was such a high note.
Yeah. That is like we've turned all our knobs and levers up for making you feel things.
Yeah.
Just like God.
No, that shit was great. I mean, like don't get me wrong, a lot of the battles and stuff were really good.
Yeah, it's good.
And they started off very strong with those two, I'll say, with the cool fights.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my favorite fight stuff is still, I think, or like Gundam action, I think is still in the first season. Because that big team fight where Soletta just fucking starts wrecking everyone is so good. You're like, she's some kind of freak, and but then at the end, like she's defeated, and then the guy gets shot, and it's like the fucking end of the jury fight in Nutena, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing.
Yeah, man. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good shit in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't like the few.
It's much more Gundam-ass Gundam in the back end.
And I mean, we like, for better or worse, like Turn A was already taking up that spot for number 1 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the few, like even, man, it wasn't too long ago, someone was talking about Gundam a little bit, or like, is it worth checking out? And I'm like, Turn A is worth checking out. And then I had to like, it took me a second to be like, oh, like Witch from Mercury is also good. I just kind of forgot about it for a sec.
I mean, I think original Gundam's fine.
Yeah, but I can't give that recommendation.
That's fair.
Yeah, no,
I think you like hated the theme song. I was like, nope. If you don't love the theme song is like 70s 80s cheese or whatever, like there's no hope for you.
Did I hate the theme song?
I don't know. Or you were like whatever on it.
I mean, that's because I was very whatever, because that you watched that first, right?
Probably.
I mean, I was very whatever on Gundam, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah,
So-
maybe rewatch that and then decide if you want to watch more Gundam.
Like
There's good shit in there. There's also stuff that frustrates me.
Yeah.
In terms of Amuro being like the perfect psychic boy or whatever. But there's a lot of people getting slapped if you like that.
I mean, I have gotten slapped like numerous times. That sounds relatable to me, the viewer.
That's a show where they put a girl in the Gundam and she immediately eats shit.
Well, she should have been better. It's called Get Good.
Yeah, my favorite part of original Gundam is Amuro's. At the beginning, it really just seems like Amuro's a good Gundam pilot because he's the only person that read the manual. He's just a fucking nerd who is reading a book.
Man, you got me thinking about it. I also remember not being a super huge fan of some of the Turn A theme. In particular, I really hated it when the dude said Turn A. And then by the end of the show, like every fucking time I watched that theme, I would like I'm waiting for it. Turn A. Like it just like I was there.
Yeah.
Fucking
sometimes openings you just have to listen to them over and over again until they're burned into your brain so you love them.
Yeah, I mean that Dragon Ball opening, I can't for the life of me remember any of the other fucking openings. Like much.
Sure.
That one was taking up all the
the Kai opening, the thing is the Kai openings aren't good.
Yeah.
Aren't as good as the actual, like if you watched actual Dragon Ball Z and it was the same song for all of that,
oh yeah,
you'd have a different feeling.
Then
all of Z is what is they're the two opening songs. After the time skip with Gohan, there's a new song, but that's the only time they change the opening in terms of the music.
And see,
they like redo some of the animation like a little bit, but
yeah. And it's kind of it's even a little bit the same with like Urusei Yatsura. Like that first theme goes for so long, and then all of the other ones is way less time.
Yeah. What you just have to do is put it on loop on YouTube.
Nah, I'm too busy listening to.
Like, well, that's what I do. That's like if I like for Chala and Jala, I was whatever on it till I listened to it a million times like on YouTube. Because I wasn't gonna go and like watch every episode of Z with it.
Well, probably
because it was like the version of Z I watched that if it had an opening, it was fucking Rock the Dragon.
This is the kind of sucky part of like a big thing I did last year, but like we didn't do it on the show. Me watching Urusei Yatsura. The song that's getting me is from episode 107, which I sent you. Like when she's with the synth work, when she's like going to the last dimension. And she's like flying. We get like the city shots, and she's flying over like giant buildings. And that particular synth work combined with that imagery puts me in it's like impossible to actually describe with words, but it just hits like every weird mental, emotional, fucking core of my brain at once. I don't know. It's impossible to explain what it is. It just puts me in a hell of a state. Just hitting some weird monkey brain thing or something. But I also downloaded all the music for that show, which I will be listening to when I'm done with it.
Hell yeah.
I got like a lot of it. I did some fucking digging to find that shit. Let me tell you. That's the one. That's another one where I was in a fucking waiting list to download for like a week.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to hit that one opening.
Yeah, it's like the last one.
It's the second to last.
Second to last.
It's second to last one, and then the last one I also like a lot. But it's the second to last one that I like need your reaction to when you see it.
Hell yeah. Look at this fucking guy. Watching the intros without watching the anime. Fake fan.
I did that series completely backwards. I did it backwards at every turn.
You know, speaking of anime intro stuff and Rumiko Takahashi, is there a Mermaid Saga anime? Is there a good Mermaid Saga anime?
No. I think there's an anime, but I don't think it looks like the manga at all.
Oh, that's cursed as hell then.
I think they had like completely different character designs for whatever animated thing there is. And it's like a movie. I think there are like 2 movies. Oh no, there's also a 11 episode plus 2 OVA TV show.
Okay.
There are like 3, and there's Mermaid's Scar and Mermaid's Forest, which are from the early 90s. which I didn't look at. But I think the anime is like completely a different art style.
Okay,
It's like
it's
the
weak as hell.
Dororo anime.
The Rororo is Berserk. That's like Baby Berserk.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tezuka Berserk.
Tezuka Berserk. Yeah.
We
We didn't do the anime, did we?
No.
Okay.
No. I
Okay.
watched a couple episodes and was like, this ain't it.
Yeah, right.
Here's a picture of what the anime looks like for Mermaid Saga. Or whatever.
Yeah, that ain't it,
Saga.
Chief. I mean, like,
it's so much more generic. It's so much more generic.
What year was this from? Like
2003.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, I would maybe check it out, but like, if I'm just looking at it now, like, fucking snore. Yeah, that activates nothing in me.
Yeah.
It activates
The thing is, I
indifference.
fucking love Rumiko Takahashi's art.
Dude,
her
it's
designs
so
are
good.
fucking great.
Yeah, man.
They have like so much character to them. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, there's a reason I went fucking balls deep in that manga.
Yeah.
You know, we also did Fist of the North Star.
We did do Volume 1 of Fist of the North Star.
That, I think about that a fair bit. I'd maybe be down to you continued ahead a little bit, right? And you kind of didn't like where it was going.
I don't
or something. I thought you read ahead and then you kind of bailed on it.
So it's like the manga thing where the physical volume 1 has like the beginning of the next story in it. So I think I just read that since I have the fucking physical book.
Oh,
I think I just finished reading that.
Gotcha.
And I was like, and it was like starting a new story, and I was just like, I think I got it.
Yeah. I might check it out someday.
Yeah, like I'm sure it's
to do.
still good. It's just like I wanted to do other stuff, really.
Yeah. No,
I didn't want to
fair.
be in Fist of the North Star land for
you could
half the year or whatever.
What if you moved on to something that Fist of the North Star inspired? That's cool, like Berserk, perhaps.
I mean, I've read a lot of Berserk. I got to the point, and then was like, nope. I knew it was coming, and I gotta put it down again. Oh man, even in the manga, it's fucking just pages and pages. Why is it so many pages of this?
Why is it? It's only 20 pages or whatever the fuck. I forget how many it actually is. Paul like counted it out, and it was like it's stupid.
And it's like extremely like male gazy in the way he draws it is also the thing.
Yeah.
I don't like how he draws it either.
What? You don't like it
you
don't like it being sexy?
Nope.
Wow.
Don't like it.
That's fucking weird of you.
Not a fan.
No, and I think honestly I think the 97 anime is a little better for that. Mostly because they didn't fucking go on. It doesn't go on for so long. But like yeah, it's just over with faster. No,
I just you. Like, you know, the way Casca was even being treated before that. Where like her big fight before that, it's like the whole time it's like the fear of her being raped.
Yeah. She's rape bait a little too often, honestly.
Yeah.
Though,
like other than that manga's fucking great, but like I don't like those things. I like honestly, I like really don't like it, and I'm like,
yeah, no, that's fair.
Otherwise, it's really good, but
yeah, that shit. I mean, like that shit kind of never stops either, and then other women are included in it, which is fantastic. Naturally,
yeah,
yeah, no, that makes sense. I think I did. Man, we did North Star. We did Dororo. No, Dororo. We did like. Was that
Last
2022? Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
2023. Okay. But I think it was. Was it like close? Maybe it just felt. I mean, time is all fucking warped, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to
I
find.
could not fucking tell you.
Oh, it is. Okay, so Dororo is episode 192, and the
Okay.
start, and the Fist of the North Star was episode 212. So that's like 20 episodes off. It's not That's not like a ton.
Yeah.
20 mainline episodes, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did that. We did Dororo. We did Fist of the North Star. I had read. I think also in 2022 we did. Yeah, we did the Rose of Versailles.
Yeah.
And I had read that I'd read that book about like the two boys at the boarding school. So like
Mm-hmm.
it was fucking great. Like that whole end of 2022 into 2023, like man, I'm just going through all the shit that inspired Berserk, and it was really fucking cool seeing how that all like. Yeah, it's literally just all this shit thrown in a fucking blender and with a mix of like horrifying on top or whatever. Like that shit is really cool seeing that.
Yeah, and I did I watched some of Aim for the Ace, and then I led me to Attack Number 1, just the first sports like anime about girls volleyball. Which I still think about fucking all the time.
Yeah. How long is it? Because I remember telling you about Aim for the Ace, and I just
Aim for the
like,
Ace.
I just never did it. I never did any of
The
it.
thing with Aim for the Ace, I didn't like as much. It was honestly, it was like a little like I watched the movie, and like it was good, but it was too much about this dude, like her coach, who sucked. Like too much of the story was built around. Like it was weird because it felt more sexist than Attack Number 1, which is like predates it. But Attack Number 1 was all about like this girl being like a fucking rowdy outcast, and none of the teachers like them because they're like go-go dancing during their break. It's like older and more dated, but weirdly it felt less sexist because of like framing stuff. Like it just aged better in certain ways. Also, like I kind of wanted to read the manga on that one just because, you know, that's an old ass anime.
Yeah. Is that one where the manga just doesn't exist in English or whatever?
Yeah, only the first chapter was translated. And also in the manga, the characters have these insane eyes.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of it again? What's the name of the
Attack Number 1.
I want to see those eyes.
It's from 1968.
I want to see.
And the anime started in 69. Like it's very old.
Manga. I'm not finding. It's all like, oh Jesus, yeah, these fucking eyes. Right.
Yeah.
It's too good, dude.
But because I was wondering why, like, fucking in like Aim for the Ace, like the characters eating shit was like is such a thing of just like these girls being pelted with balls, and that's like in the Attack Number 1 opening. Like I traced it back to there. Just like this is why, because of Attack Number 1 is where this fucking trope comes from.
Hell yeah.
This girl just being pelted with volleyballs.
Dude, I remember you showing me that. That shit was pretty fucking good.
Yeah. And it's just like it's all little things that made me like it more in terms of like how it's story, where like the main character is already the super good volleyball player, whereas like in Aim for the Ace, she's like picked by the coach even though she sucks. And she has to work hard, but it's all tied up in his fucking horseshit emotional problems that he's like putting on her.
Great.
And like and he I think at the end of the movie he like fucking dies or something. I'm like, fucking good. Go away. But
Oh, that's funny.
oh, and the other thing was with that one was, which is another thing that happened, was it like, so a lot of the plot points and like dynamic, there were certain like character tropes and like dynamics that were very similar to Dear Brother, which I was also watching, which I watched with my friend. But
Okay.
Dear Brother is way more explicitly gay because it's made by that's based on a manga by what's her name, who did Rose of Versailles.
No, I should know it, but yeah. One of the 24 group.
Ryoka Ikeda.
Right.
But and I was gonna have us do that for the podcast last year, but then the ending is fucking terrible, and I lost motivation.
Yeah. that makes
Like
sense.
that is the most fucking no homo. Oops, sorry, no homo ending. And it's just I get so mad. But up until the end, it's really good.
I mean, that's
And it's worse in the anime than it is even in the manga. Because at least in the manga, it's just like a couple pages.
that's
That was like my plan was like, we're gonna watch this anime and then we're not gonna watch the last 2 episodes. We're just gonna read the manga.
that's like a little bit how I feel about Dororo. Cause like that fucking like the whole thing is great, and then like the very end is like go become a lady or whatever. Like he tells Dororo like verbatim.
Yeah, but that's just that one I don't mind because it's just that character being dumb.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
there's nothing in the story that reinforces that.
Yeah.
It's just like
but
one
it was,
dumb character line.
It was still like one of the last things said or whatever. So it's like, with that when that's like near your end note, But yeah, it's not like it's terrible.
I have
But
to,
it's still just
now
like,
I'm going to grab that book and look at that line and see how I feel.
Wow.
One sec.
I need to look. There's like I'm looking up Dororo on Google, and there's like another manga. A manga. What is this? English translation? No. A remake manga. That's probably what this is.
Because the thing I remember is just that it reads much worse on the wiki than I thought it read in the comic.
Gotcha.
And I wasn't, and I feel like what it says on the wiki is like adapting some other version.
I mean, there is a remake manga that I just have found.
Yeah. I think that has the style of the newer anime, maybe.
Probably.
I mean, the last word in this manga the character says is bro, is her yelling bro. So,
Bro. Dude, I remember, it was just all broed up.
okay. What the hell, you heartless bastard? You have no idea how I feel. Choke on your own belly button and die. And then he says, when you grow up, try talking more like a girl. Take care. And then crying and then bro.
I forgot about that.
And that's how the manga ends.
Hell yeah.
And then there's like no follow. There's like a follow up of history of like this place burning down or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Where Yakimaru went from there, no one knows. The end.
Man, I
Oh,
thought
that's not that bad to me. The way the thing that's described on the fucking wiki is tor shit.
yeah.
Like, but
What the hell is this?
Anyway.
I found the remake manga, and I want to see what else that publisher's done or whatever. And it says there's a thing, Persona X Detective Naoto. I'm fucking curious. Okay. I mean, that's something to peek at later. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, doing that. I mean, Dororo was cool in the. I just didn't know it was basically. I didn't know Berserk basically already fucking existed, like for like detail for detail.
Dude, every piece of anime that exists was a Tezuka manga first.
Yeah. I mean, the only one we haven't done at this, not the only one, but like the big one that we haven't done is like whatever thing he did that invented the magical girl genre or whatever. That, you know what I'm talking about?
I watched an episode of that.
Like magical team girl something.
Where she can transform between being an adult and being a little baby or whatever.
I don't know.
She pees on this guy.
That does look. I don't.
That's
know.
what I remember. I remember her peeing on this guy as a baby.
Bro, you did.
Parents. I remember reading. Parents found it uncomfortable. It made their kids to ask them uncomfortable questions.
Oh
that
man,
they
we
didn't
haven't
like.
done. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm on his page. And I just see like blackjack. I'm like, this is just fucking Persona 5. And I see Princess Knight. I think you told me about that one. A girl who's born with the blue heart of a boy and the pink heart of a girl.
Yep.
Like we didn't.
That
read
was
that,
the one
but
I
we
was like,
should.
oh, Tezuka just did antenna? Okay.
Like we should read that.
I have read that. Yeah, we should.
And you fucking didn't bring me into the fold. God damn.
No, I read that.
You don't fucking
long
tell me
time
that
ago.
a Batman is good. You're fucking
That's one I've had in my back
unbelievable.
pocket
This guy.
that I read a long time ago.
But yeah, no, I got you.
I mean, it's not Utena. It's not actually,
no
but it like, it's still like a Tezuka manga. You've read Tezuka manga. It's like a Tezuka manga.
I just want to see what fucking thing I'm thinking of. Holy shit,
And again, I have a different standard for Tezuka shit because that's from like the 60s.
you fucking I forgot like how much dude like popped off. You know that someone has fucking stance in the industry when their fucking list of works is not only its own page but like fucking alphabetized by with like tables.
You could read his version of Crime and Punishment, which is like, what if Crime and Punishment were a gag manga?
Hell yeah.
Like, what if it were also silly? It's also much shorter.
Yeah. Magical girl manga genre origin.
I mean, the actual origin of the magical girl genre is the animated opening to the TV show Bewitched.
I do remember you going through this, yeah.
Yes,
remember you
I did a whole
mentioning that.
deep dive on the history of the magical girl genre, and it all led back to 1964's Bewitched, which was very popular in Japan.
Yeah.
That's why witches on brooms is like a thing in anime. And that fact fucking kills me every time.
No, that's fucking great. Yeah, no, man, it's funny that I'm looking at this thing and it's also talking about that, yeah. Okay, so I was thinking of probably. Oh no, okay. This also mentions Princess Knight, but then it is this it? Oh yeah, you were right. Marvelous Melmo.
Yeah.
The blue candy will turn her into a 19-year-old version of herself, and the red turns her back into a 9-year-old. And if she combines the two, she reverts back into a fetus and then can choose to grow into any animal form she wishes. Bro, what the fuck? We gotta read this shit, dude. What? That sounds wild as fucking hell.
I don't know if that manga is available
How not?
in English.
That's so wild.
There's just the extremely low budget anime.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I don't even see it on his list of works, which is kind of wild. Is it called something else? Huh. Marvelous.
It was only a one volume of manga, it looks like. It was 26 episodes. The anime.
I want to, Oh, is this under F? Is this under the F table? It is not. That's fucking weird. Someone fucked up the Tezuka Wikipedia page. Wasn't me.
I think I see the manga translated.
I mean, we got
I see chapters 1 through 19 completed.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, I guess we're doing that at some point.
Let's fucking go. That can be our lead in to get back into Sailor Moon, which of the cool things we've talked about that we did this year, that was one of the things that we just kind of fell off of.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. I think we're just in kind of the doldrums in that show. Is what it felt like.
Yeah, we both were having the feeling of like it was just we were liking it, but it was taking us a long time to get through watching the episodes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I remember
and the first part of Sailor Moon R was the best part because it was all filler.
It was all filler, dude, and like they were just interacting all the fucking time.
And like it was just fun times the whole time, and then it got a little more serious and was like this is less fun.
I remember really liking the anime.
But there are still so many good episodes, like fucking Usagi securing her carrot. It's so fucking good.
No, we definitely need to get back to that this year.
Yes, extremely we do.
I mean, mostly if for no other reason than we are literally in the middle of a season.
We
didn't even cap out. Like we didn't even finish out the season. We just left it.
Well, and also once we finish that, we can do the Sailor Moon R movie, which is my favorite piece of Sailor Moon media in terms of like that was the thing that made me love Sailor Moon.
Hell yeah.
That movie just rules. So, because that's the movie that Ikuhara directed.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick.
And then once we fucking get past R, we might finally meet the fucking lesbian married couple that's in Sailor Moon.
Whoa. What the fuck? In my Christian Minecraft server, bro, they're cousins and maybe roommates, all right? Fuck. Watch yourself.
Explicitly write them as they're married, as if they're married. That was the instruction.
Nope, they're cousins. It's fine. What? So they get a little weird. Like everybody has that cousin. Don't think about it too much. That shit blows Anya. So that's one of the things that like me and Anya talk about a lot for like America and then Russia at that time. Like Russia didn't give a fuck about that sort of thing, which is how you know that shit has gone downhill in that country. Like they just translated that shit directly. If it was even like they put on, if anything, I think it was just, I don't even know that they did a dub. I think they just got the Russian subs over the Japanese audio. But like Anya somehow went her, I mean, of course she went her life. She's not like online much. She didn't know that was a thing in America, that they like censored it that heavily. She was like losing her mind. She was like, what the fuck? Like, how though? Like, how can they be anything else? Like, that's ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, no shit, but they're cousins. It's fine.
Because that was it. That was in the era where they were like, that show was edited to hell in that dub in terms of like editing out Japanese isms and stuff. Like that was just an era where they were spending money to edit anime.
Yeah.
Before they realized, it's cheaper and people like it more if we don't do fucking anything but give it subtitles.
Yeah.
We don't have to add a whole entirely new score? What?
Dude, I played a little bit of the dub for her and she was like, turn it off. Like, get me out of here. I think we did watch the. I think we did
Also,
watch,
that dub is Canadian. As a Canadian production.
Well, that's why it's like terrible.
That's why it has educational. The sailor says bits at the end.
Hell yeah!
Like it's fucking G.I. Joe. Because the Canadian educational requirements for kids programming.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Also, like that whole end of that show did not air on TV here. Like they stopped airing Sailor Moon before getting to the end of it on TV.
Incredible. Kids don't need a fucking ending. They don't care.
Yeah.
Let them sit and think about it. Ani was giving me a little guff for watching so much Sailor Moon, and I'm like, you have to keep in mind, you watched all of this already. If I watched it as a kid, I also probably would not be wanting to redo it because I don't know if it would stick with me that much, you know? But like, if I loved it as a kid, obviously I'd be down to do it again. If I didn't love it as a kid, then I'd be like, yeah, sure, it's what I would like do the manga or something. But like,
yeah, or like just rewatch the specific episodes that you know you like or whatever. Like, just rewatch a bit.
Yeah,
watch clips on YouTube or whatever.
And for her, she was that was like a thing that she loved as a kid, but like she doesn't have a strong urge to redo it. She'll like sometimes do if there's like a new movie or like there was a was it a film or something? There's like a new thing on Netflix. Not new anymore, but it was new like 5 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, like another Crystal.
Yeah. Like she'll check that out just cause, but like she's not doing the old episodes. I'm like, I didn't watch like any of this shit. You have the luxury of being able to, first off, seeing it and also fucking retaining literally all of it, which I can't even do with the things I read last week. I got like days before I forget who the like main antagonist of Pluto is. Like we're counting down on that shit. So
what about fucking Boxy? Do you remember Boxy? The King of Kings?
Oh, yeah. For a sec, dude, I'll be real. The first, like, when you said, do you remember Boxy? I was going to be like, that girl on YouTube that 4chan was obsessed with? I mean, like, yeah, I remember the thumbnails. I didn't watch her. Oh, King of Kings is such a good fucking line. Oh, that show has like fucking top tier moments, dude. And a lot of them are like those frames. Like that one of fucking Sailor Moon being hungry and crying is like an all-timer. That's like a fucking top 5 frame at least. That shit is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more Sailor Moon. I think it's been long enough that hopping back into it will feel pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, in theory, we're gonna be doing Urusei Yatsura. I mean, discussing the remake at some point this year because I'm in the final stretch. I'm like 2 Namek arcs away from being done. Kai Namek arcs, I'll say.
Yeah.
So,
and I want to do the movies and the OVAs of the old show at least.
Yep, movies and OVAs. And then, were you thinking you were just gonna like watch the anime only episodes to start with for a discussion or something?
I think I'll watch the anime only episodes for talking about it and just because I'm just not. It's just too much. I'm not gonna make it through. The whole thing by the time I want to talk about it.
Yeah, that makes fucking sense.
I'm gonna have to rewatch those movies because it's been so long since I watched them now too.
Yeah.
For the ones I don't remember as well.
Yeah, all of the.
I.e., not the last one. The last one I rewatch just because I want to, but or not. Technically, it's not the last one. Look, but the final chapter.
Everybody knows what you mean. Everybody knows that there is the last Urusei Yatsura film, and then there's a thing that happened after.
They should just call it another OVA. Don't call it a movie. It's just another OVA.
Yeah. We also we did hit another big. We got to figure out. We hit a big milestone this year. We finished Princess Switch. Now we have to think about what to do for Christmas 2024.
It's true.
I mean, God willing, there'll be a Princess Switch 4, but I don't expect, if there is, that would be fucking incredible.
That would be pretty peak. That'd be pretty peak.
Especially
we could do Switch Miss, but it's a fucking awful movie.
My pick is A Puppy for Christmas, because that is also an awful movie, but also it's like incredible in how bad it is. In my opinion, for me, it hits that sweet spot, and also for Foxy, if it means anything. I love that film. Me and my mom watched it. My mom will she loves watching Hallmark stuff and whatever. And I told her about it after Foxy watched it. She's like, "That sounds stupid. I'm so excited." And we watched it and we were just dying. Like, man, there's so many decisions made in that film.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I'm open to other ideas. We don't have to do like a dumb, shitty Christmas movie.
It's true.
We could also watch
The world
something
is our
good.
oyster.
Yeah.
The world is our oyster.
The world is our oyster. Until they release a new Princess Switch, in which case the collar comes on and the gun behind us locks. So.
That's when we're drafted.
Yeah. We signed a fucking contract, apparently.
I thought they were out. They pulled me back in. One last job.
Yeah, one last fucking job, we say, and then we're on like Princess Switch 7. This time it's personal. The best part is that at a certain point, because like they always recap a little bit, right? The best part is that at some point the movie would be more recap than like new story, like catching everybody up on the bullshit. Or we'll get like a spin-off. Are we gonna commit to what if we just get like third Vanessa Hudgens? I forget her name. The party one. Like, what if we just get her? Are we doing that?
That's play it by ear. Probably.
Okay.
But I reserve the right to bail out on spinoffs.
Sure. That makes sense. I mean, it's not like
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
If there's a spinoff with like Vanessa Hudgens' boyfriend's husband's daughter, whatever, I'm not following her.
Young Princess Switch.
Oh no. Yeah, what if they do Princess Switch, but it's like it's just different people?
Yeah.
It would depend on who's in it. They would need
but if it's just like fucking, if it's like a teen, like middle schoolers or whatever, I don't think I want to watch that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would watch it, but there's no way in fuck I'd be like blindly commit to
Yeah.
Now, if it was like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what actress they could put in a new movie to like pull me in. Aside, just calling it Princess Switch and everybody acting like she's early 20s, but it's just actually Meryl Streep. Like, that'd be pretty good. Like, just some dumb shit. Like, I just want the dumb fucking concepts, you know? Fucking Christopher Walken, like, hello, fellow kids.
It's Helen Mirren.
Who's that offhand? I don't know that name. Helen Mirren. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm in. That'd be great. Yeah, good pull. Good pull.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did we do last year? Speaking of things I don't remember, Star Wars Visions Season 2.
Wow, none of it, huh?
Really, none of it.
I
like vaguely remember what a couple of them were, but man, none of them stuck with me.
The one that was done by the guy, the team behind Secret of Kells and stuff, that one stuck with me. I remember as we talked about, like, it wasn't like the most. My expectations were like stupidly high for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So like it fell a little short, but I still really liked that episode. The last one with like the what is it, like a bear? It's like claymation almost, and her like voice like attuned the crystals or whatever. The Kyber crystals. That one I really liked. And like the only one I fucking remember otherwise, I'd have to look. Yeah, I don't remember a large chunk. I remember the one where everybody's stuck in the fucking pit because like it was such a boring, not Star Wars story. And like I get the message and stuff, and I think it's an important message and all that, and blah blah blah. But like that's not why I'm fucking here. Like, where's a lightsaber? Where's like
Season 1 of Visions knew what you were here for was a lightsaber.
Season 1 of Visions is like, what if lightsabers were the fucking coolest thing that's ever existed? And I was like, you know what? You make a good point. Also, like, fucking obsessed with the Village Bride still from season 1, because Kevin Penkin, like, they're like, hey, do you want to do a soundtrack for a Star Wars short? And he's like, I'm not gonna do a soundtrack, but I will create a goddamn masterpiece. I'll do that for you. They went like way harder than any of the other episodes, including the one that was about music. Oh, you know what? We got the
It's true.
Season 2 got the dancer, that one. Where she's like doing the stuff with the ribbons and everything, and like she's gonna like kill this Imperial officer, but actually it's her son. That one was good. I can't think of the name.
Okay. I don't remember
you liked
it at all.
that one, you motherfucker. You talked about how you liked it. Star Wars.
I don't disagree. I don't think you're lying. I'm saying I don't fucking remember it. It didn't stick with me.
That's so funny. Let me get. I want to get a list here because I can't remember like any of these. Right. The first one I liked, Sith. It's about the woman who's like painting, and they kind of do like the darkness light sort of thing. We got In the Stars, which fucking infuriated me because it was about like the kid not listening, and then everybody gets in danger, and then at the end the kid gets rewarded by everything not getting fucked. That one was annoying. I Am Your Mother was the one from Aardman Animations, the Wallace and Gromit guys.
Yeah, I remember that there was an Aardman one.
It wasn't super great. It was fine. Again, no lightsabers.
It was no Wallace and Gromit short.
Yeah. Journey to the Dark Head was also one I liked.
I'm trying to remember the last Aardman movie I watched. All right. There's like the soccer one, First Man or whatever. That was actually pretty good.
Man, what is God, I fucking love this. You click on the episode and it has like it's not just a summary, it has like just the actual entire fucking episode like walkthrough. Like this is like 4 pages.
Early Man, that's what it was. Also, the first Shaun the Sheep movie was okay.
Yeah,
but not great.
The one I'm thinking of that you liked for this Visions thing was The Spy Dancer.
Okay,
was the name. I don't even remember what the Bandits of. Oh, is this the? Right. See, I do like I like that we got like a bunch of different like perspectives and animation teams and stuff. Not that they didn't have different animation teams, but I think it was like mostly Japanese. Well,
it was all Japanese. Yeah, it was all Japanese.
Yeah,
the first season.
And here getting like the different stuff was like,
studios.
Like it was really
no. I appreciate the idea. It just didn't hit for me at all.
Yeah. No, like these were. I mean, they're good. I'm looking at them. I'm like remembering how I'm feeling, and like some of them are really. The fact that like I had to look at them and then remember is telling. You know.
Yeah. No, I remember I liked some of them okay, but they didn't hit.
Yeah, because there were no goddamn lightsabers.
There wasn't a two like tethered together Star Destroyers that fired fucking weapon that you like cut in half with a lightsaber or whatever.
Yeah. There wasn't a person riding on top of the ship with the lightsaber out, like powering a beam through space or like, yeah, go fucking.
No one chucked the kyber crystal out of their lightsaber like it was a fucking dead battery.
Man, no one. The fucking man, that the Village Bride though. Ugh. Even the lightsaber shit was just like fucking good. Like her, like, I'm a Jedi, and then she does like the thing where she's like ready, and the dude's about to shoot that girl in the head, and it just like blinks, and she's right at his face. Pow!
Mm-hmm.
Too good. Also just that first episode.
Yeah, it's
Kurosawa
been longer
one.
since I watched that, and I fucking I remember all of those. See, that's the thing. I remember the ones from
Yeah,
the first season. They stuck with me.
the Kurosawa one. I mean, the Kurosawa-esque one, like the black and white. That
The
shit,
black and white CG animation. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it works so fucking well because then they have the lightsabers are red, like they're glowing.
Yes.
That shit is
Yes.
so good.
Yeah, it's simple, but it fucking works.
That was such a just watching that before I even saw any of the other ones. I remember being like, "Oh, this is just like the best Star Wars scene I've seen like in fucking forever."
That was the one that I think got a book.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. My favorite part of Star Wars Visions in general, for both of these, is people reading that they are not canon and then immediately trying to fit them into the canon. Like, we're gonna fucking place this. I'm like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You've grown too arrogant. Yeah, Visions was certainly a thing. I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, and I'm gonna immediately not remember any of those episodes again.
Fucking The Ninth Jedi. What a good fucking short.
Yeah, dude.
What a good short.
Yeah. That shit was, man. All of those were just, there's so many lightsabers.
Old droid.
Old droid. That was fucking great. When you were like, do you know? I forget what you even fucking asked me. Like, do you know which character? Do you know which one was like character was the best? I was like, old droid seems kind of like you would connect with him. You have to take me there. I'm on my break. As the
All
fucking
the other
cup of
droids
tea
are
or oil or
fucking
whatever.
dead. The pile of dead identical droids next to him is incredibly important to why that scene is so good.
Oh yeah, dude, totally. I'll mention two other one-offs that we did that were opposing groups. We did Fooly Cooley, which was absolute whiff for me in like pretty much any way it could have whiffed. Except anime. I mean, I recognize that the animation is like incredible. Like they did a fucking great job. I can, I can recognize it as like this really cool, coherent thing that like if you love it, if you like it, you're gonna love it. But like if that music and that vibe isn't connecting like it did with me, like it did.
Yeah, no.
You know, I just
like I should have played you a song and said, if you don't like this, we're not gonna do this.
It was fine though. Like it's only 6
'Cause
episodes.
Yeah. I mean, like, but literally, I was thinking of doing it that way, and then I didn't, and then I regretted not doing that.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I think if I'd quit after like the 2 or 3 episodes, I would have come in a little more like hot. But after finishing it, like after kind of accepting what it was, I then was just like, it was like I want to say it was just like the creator or whoever was like responding to someone asking about the story, and they were like, if you're asking about the plot, you have watched this incorrectly. And I'm like, cool, that's exactly how I watched it. I was like focusing on exclusively the plot because that was the only thing that really pulled me much. Which, like, whatever, it's fine. It's a thing I have under my belt now. Because then, like, because seeing that and then retroactively, I was like, oh, this is why everybody kept saying, like, Hi-Fi Rush is, like, Fooly Cooley and shit. Like, that makes a lot of sense now. So, yeah. But
it's kind of what I see as, like, the progenitor for Studio Trigger, like, in general.
oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could see that.
because the guys that made Studio Trigger worked on it.
Do you know what the opposite of Fooly Cooly was? For a
Rice
short,
Boy?
it's Rice Boy. Yeah, you're looking at the list, aren't you? Or on YouTube or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's telling that I just noticed? It obviously we've discussed it before with our episodes and stuff, but like I didn't really like Fooly Cooly, and that episode is nearly an hour. And Rice Boy, we both fucking loved, and that's 35 minutes. Oh, I love it. I love the numbers; they never lie.
It's the way it goes sometimes.
Also, I mean, like Rice Boy is just stupidly short. Like I'm looking at, if you look over to Link to the Past Nintendo Power comic, that's an hour episode. But we probably also got talking on Zelda. But
Oh, you're cutting out.
I'm cutting out. Well, not in Audacity. I'm not fucking cutting out.
Weird. Now in Discord you were, so I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I was just saying, Link to the Past comic, like that was a longer episode, but we also probably got talking about like video games. I'm sure is what happened.
Probably. I don't remember.
I think we probably did, but we also
did.
like.
I don't think we talked about that comic that much.
I
Episode.
really like the art though. I talked a lot of like I was
Yeah.
picking out art references and stuff. But But Rice
that manga's fucking beautiful.
yeah. Like Rice Boy just
I
as
do
a
remember pointing
thing-
out that like there are older scans of that Link to the Past comic that like don't hit me the same, like just like lower quality versions of the images, and I'm like was looking at it and like it doesn't hit me the same way. But with like when they reprinted it and you can see those images so clearly, like really well produced, they like really hit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Something with the colors. I have a similar experience with a lot of Jack Kirby stuff in terms of like reprints that have like kind of made the colors better than like I would see in like an old faded comic book hit me way better than like when I'm looking at like yellowed paper and like the colors are all washed out.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Rice Boy. It's so funny because like you say it's so short, but I remember like when reading that one, like it was like a page, like 3 pages a week as it was coming out or whatever.
Yeah, dude. That'd be fucking wild. Cause like I binned that shit in like a couple hours or whatever. Like I think I remember messaging you and I was like, I'm done with the first chapter, and then I messaged you like an hour later or whatever. I'm like, I'm fucking done. Let's roll, bitch. Like was not
it's
not
not
expecting it.
That is not a dense comic. There's not a lot of words in that one.
Which is fucking wild for what it is. Like
Yeah.
I think the word the simplicity and the like, for lack of a better term, lack of words, the ratio of that to like the grandeur of the scale and shit, it's insane. Like,
yes, it's very impressive.
What they convey, or what he conveys with like very little, is fucking wild. No, that shit lives in my brain rent free.
Yeah,
and
man.
that
comic's fucking good.
Also, like how we picked it was fucking funny because I was doing a little bit of all the things you had sent me, right? And I forget what all of them were, but I was like checking them out, like getting a synopsis. If I couldn't find a synopsis that like satisfied me, I would do like a page or two or whatever, or give it a little skim through. Rice Boy, I think that was it. Rice Boy, I like looked at it and I ended up going through like the entire first chapter, and I'm like, I think we're doing Rice Boy. Just fucking sucked in, which is, you know, you love to see it.
Yeah.
Feels so fucking good. Yeah, that was a big one. Think about that a lot. Hey, man, is there like a physical? Is there a physical Rice Boy comic?
Yes. Yeah.
There
You
has
can buy
to
a
be.
book. I have the book. You can buy it.
Wow, I'm shocked. You have the physical book? That doesn't sound like you.
Mm-hmm.
One long ago hardcover edition. Do you
Oh
have
yeah,
the-
what I have is no, I have paperback. I don't
Okay.
have the hardcover.
Yo, what? Choose format. DRM free PDF. I don't like that.
That's not a physical book.
That's not a physical book at all. I wonder if this is just like outdated or something. Why does it only say PDF? Yo. All right. Take me to eBay. I'm sure it'll be nice and cheap there. Rice Boy hardcover. Hit me with it. None of these are Rice Boy, is what I will say.
Yeah, here I found the soft cover.
Where?
Bam.
I just want to see.
It says plenty in stock.
Okay. I mean, I went on the site and it linked to Iron Circus Comics, which only has the PDF. So I wonder if that's just outdated and he switched publishers or whatever.
Weird. I just clicked the store page on his main homepage.
Okay, it's probably just forgot to change a link or something. Pretty tempting.
It has extra maps in the back.
Oh man. $30 isn't a bad price either.
No.
Damn, man. It was a fucking good year for podcasting. I mean, we've had like a good few years.
Yeah.
I think, was it just like Dragon Ball? Like Dragon Ball was like what? Dragon Ball had to be 2021. I'm trying to find when we, I don't know, man. Like I'm looking back, I'm like scrolling through shit and like we've been bumping for a few years now.
Yep.
Like I'm trying to see like when the start of like this shit would be. You know, like honestly, the thing I'm kind of looking at is as like a start point for like our current golden era of like just great shit mostly. Ben accidentally read the wrong Astro Boy comic. And then like that goes into Astro Boy, Muppet Movie Night, Pluto, Utena, Venom Night, Spectacular Spider-Man, fucking Star Wars Visions, Slaughterhouse 5, like Junji Ito, like Horror Express. We were fucking like, and then it's just, you know, you get into Dragon Ball and shit, like, and that is just fucking, it's just banger after banger.
Can we stop doing movies?
I mean, we do have a lot of movies to get to.
But like that's kind of, I don't know. We stopped kind of focusing on movie nights as much, I feel like, is what happened partially.
Well, because we were getting into longer stuff, you know, for not all of it, but like, you know, like we're doing Turn A, we did Utena, Turn A. Like,
yeah.
We were ignoring those to do like shows. Gangs of London.
We stopped reading books.
I mean, really, we started watching Dragon Ball and then fucking everything else, like.
No, like what happened was we finished watching Ultra Q, and then we had to find some things that like really we loved to save the podcasts.
Man, when was Ultra? Like, when did that?
It's like
end?
right before we started Dragon Ball. It ends.
I don't even see it. Maybe. Let's see. Let me find the first Dragon Ball. I don't see. Oh yeah, no shit. There it is. I just missed it. I'd scrolled past the name, or I didn't catch the name or whatever. Yeah, damn. Yeah, Ultra Q. I mean, we rolled.
Yeah, like we did
A,
Beowulf
but...
at the end of Ultra Q because I needed to throw you a bone. I needed to do something Ben loved.
But the fucking payoff was insane.
It was so
The
good.
Shin
But
Ultraman payoff.
But you can't admit that at the time.
Oh,
it was a
dude, I was
struggle.
like, I was fucking done. I was like, I'm still here, but I'm a ghost. Like this is kind of rough.
No.
Beowulf fucking helped, and then Turn A was really good. I think, I mean, no, we did Beowulf like before Turn A, because we did Turn A and then like,
No, we started Turn A before.
yeah, we
Beowulf.
started it, and then there was like Ultra Q mixed in, because that's when we were doing that like weekly as well as a.
Oh, and then the
thing.
the Cowboy Bebop thing happened,
But
where
we did-
I fucking completely bailed on doing the live action one.
But we did the anime as well, which was fucking great, because I hadn't seen that in a long time. Man, what the fuck did we talk about in the live action Bebop episode? It's an hour and 12 minutes.
Dude, when it's bad, the words you just start spitting.
Man, it was so. I just remember, like, I didn't think it was that bad. It was just a different thing.
Yeah, I was so bad. I was so done.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Did you even make it a full? Did you watch even a full episode, or did you bail?
I watched a full episode and then I started the second one and was like, nope, I can't.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, then we got back to Gundam. And then fucking, yeah, right into Dragon Ball. And then it's just like, wow, we watched a lot of fucking Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball just, that's a lot.
I mean, it doesn't feel like... See, that's the thing. Like, I think about that a lot while watching Urusei Yatsura, or like when we're doing other stuff sometimes. Even like Batman, I think that's why, and like the DC stuff, I think that's why the hype is there, but I don't burn through it quite as fast. And I think it's because in Dragon Ball, like especially original Dragon Ball, it's just you're doing actual like plot stuff all the time, like shit's getting pushed forward like constantly. And that's just, that for me, that's a little easier to binge. Like Urusei Yatsura, there's nothing in that realm at all.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean,
I don't think there's fucking anything as good as Dragon Ball, original Dragon Ball, in terms of the plotted show at week to week stuff. Like,
yeah.
That shit's just that's just the best.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like that shit is untouchable.
Like, there's no other shonen anime that's that fucking tight. That's that good, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm still, that's another thing I want to do in 2024. I guess if you wanted to hop on a little, we could do a thing about it. But for me, I want to finally get around to finishing Demon Slayer. Because I still really like that show. And the first 14 episodes, I was like, I mean, thinking back, even how I felt watching those and I forget what that timeline was, but I was looking back now that I have both of them under my belt. I'm like, those 14 episodes were like hitting me as well as Dragon Ball was. Like, that was some fucking top tiered anime for me. And then it all just derailed in a way that I should have expected. Because it's not fucking Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's other shonen stuff that it's like, there's plenty of stuff that I like that's good. I just think Dragon Ball's kind of the best. Goku's just, because Goku's the best.
Goku's too good. Yeah.
Little chonky boy.
They do, thinking on it, I don't know. It's not as in your face in the way that I like with Goku or Gentaro from Forza. But what's his name from the main character from Demon Slayer? Honestly, I like him. It's just, it's been so long since I've watched it. I can't remember his name. He's also kind of in that vein. They do that. Like, they make him just like a good person. And I like that, but it's not he's not as bold, which I like it when those characters are just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Goku's a good person. He knows that sometimes you just gotta send people to the fucking Shadow Realm, bud.
Sometimes you just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guy's just gotta get killed by some other villain with his tongue. You know? Sometimes it just has to happen.
I can't think of who you're referring to specifically.
Mercenary Tao kills General Blue with his tongue.
Okay, yeah,
on the temple.
Well, dude, like, I was pretty sure you were talking about, like, that.
Yeah.
But we've read it, like, we've done some Venom stuff. We've done some other shit. I'm like, this could be a lot of different things that I've forgotten. Okay. No, that one I remember. You never know.
Like, God, the Mercenary Tao introduction in Dragon Ball is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking hard. He's so hard in this world that's so fucking goofy.
Yeah.
He just throws that pillar and jumps on it. It's fucking good.
Yeah. I love that shit. Man, OG Dragon Ball is a treasure.
And then Goku just fucking kills everyone in the Red Ronin Army headquarters.
God, everybody like stealing themselves to help and then showing up. And Goku's like, "No, I already did it." They're like, "What the fuck is this kid?"
That part's so good.
It's incredible.
The part where they're all like, "We gotta get there. We're gonna help. It's gonna be a whole thing." He's already taking care of it by the time they show up.
Dude, and then at the tournament or whatever, when they're talking about like Mercenary Tao or whatever, and Goku's like, "Oh yeah, like I fucking wrecked him," and Roshi's like, "You what?"
Excuse me.
God, that shit's so good. That dub did fucking TN dirty though. Reading the subtitles and then hearing what they were saying in the dub, like, woo, we missed out.
Sure.
Anyway,
I think that's like we also did Tomy and Tomb of Dracula. I think those are the last things to.
Yeah, those were like fine. Tomb of Dracula, like, I think it was better in my head than I liked reading it for the most part.
Sure.
It was very fun. But like that was also I think mostly it's just that like there was a shitload of text. It's just very text heavy.
Mhm.
In the way as was the style.
As was the style at the time. What I find funny is like the creative team was like changing every fucking issue and like you could not tell.
Nope, not at all. Not even a little. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't focus on that stuff too much. I think you also like told me largely after the fact or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I got like bits of that or whatever. So I didn't like I'm very much the type of person like generally if I'm not looking for it, I won't notice. The only time recently that I can remember coming to it on my own conclusion is one of the Batman episodes. I was like, we had a Joker episode that seemed like weirdly intricate compared to the shit around it. So like stuff like that I sometimes notice, or like with Urusei Yatsura when they did the director and studio change, I had encountered that information first. And then afterwards, I was like paying a little bit more attention. I was like, you know, I can see it, and I think they're doing a slightly better job, in my opinion. But if I hadn't read it, I definitely would not have noticed because I wouldn't have even paid attention to that.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And Tomy is fine.
It's fine.
That's another one that I think lives better in my head than on the page in front of me. Like,
sure.
When I think about it, I'm like, there's some pretty cool shit in here. And then I read it and I'm like, it's there. It's no, where are the spirals?
Yeah, there are no spirals.
But like, I think that, you know, like that's a fucking, unless you're writing about your pets, like that's a hard thing to top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God, the Cat Diary.
Cat Diary is so fucking good.
So
God, the way he draws his wife.
I know, it's so fucking
Dude's
funny.
gonna get his ass beat. Yeah, those were good. That was like a fun Halloween thing though. I liked it.
Yeah. Do you want to just run down some stuff we might talk about next year before we get out of here?
We got more DC shit coming. That is
Yes.
that's a thing. We will be getting to Urusei Yatsura stuff, which we've already talked about. Return to Sailor Moon, we already talked about. I feel like you were leading me into something, and I don't know what specifically.
Not really. We're gonna do Meisani Koku because I've already read that manga. And
Yeah.
it's fucking.
And
so good.
I think I should already have it downloaded somewhere. I thought. Do I have I hope it's downloaded somewhere. I downloaded all of those fucking manga.
Yeah.
I don't see it in here. Got lost in the shuffle somewhere along the way.
Yeah, I've burned through that. I've been looking at starting Ranma, but I'm like, I can't fucking get ahead of myself. And also, that one's like, so when you're looking down the barrel of like 38 volumes, it is a little more intimidating.
Fucking nothing. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks of reading. Yeah, my thing that I'd like to maybe hopefully get to it this year, depending on how shit lines up, because like we have a lot of DC stuff lined up.
Yes,
like, we have the rest of the anime. We have the rest of the anime.
We have like
universe.
probably half the year planned out already.
And then Teen Titans stuff. Will that be this year?
That's played by ear. We'll see how we're
Okay.
feeling after we've done this.
Yeah.
This binge.
I really want to slide in DC superhero girls.
Mm-hmm.
Just as like maybe a grain to check out. But that's just because like that's the first I saw that shit first, so it's kind of still in my brain.
Sure.
But it's not like super. I'm not absolutely fiending for it, but I have been thinking about it a lot. I mean, we have our. I don't know if this is coming out first or whatever, but we have our New Year's shit, our best of stuff. We got the thing I'm looking most forward to, I think, is going to be our fighters episode, our fighting game chat.
Oh yeah.
I'm very
That's not
fucking
even in
hyped
the-
for that.
Put that in the doc. That's not even in here.
That should honestly, I should probably finish up the stuff that you suggested I check out, because like that should probably be close to like our best of talk or whatever.
Sure. When does Tekken 8 come out?
It's the 24th, so there's like a week.
The 26th.
It's the 26th. Oh, I fucking leave that day. I thought I would get like a chance to play it. The problem is I still have it on Steam Deck, so like I can run it, but it does not look great. To the point
Steam
where like,
says the 25th.
that's fucking weird. I wonder if there's you know what? Let me see if I'm remembering something else. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking of there's another fighting game and anime one, Under Night in Birth 2 Sis Celeste.
Gotcha.
That's on the 24th.
But also we could just, I kind of want to do a Tekken podcast, so we could, if we do a fighting game chat before Tekken 8 comes out, and then we could do sometime later, we could do a full Tekken chat.
Honestly, I would actually be pretty good with that, because I have not done much of Tekken. Like,
yeah.
I did the thing where I went through the characters to like try them out, and then you know, we played a little bit because it was taking longer to get into the match than to play the match.
Yes, 7 has
So-
that issue.
Yeah. So I'd be down to like kind of separate that if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of that stuff will be like the Ninja Turtle fighters will be or fighter. I don't know if there are plural games in that fighters in that collection.
There are like different versions. There's like the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo versions are different. But also there are beat 'em ups that are worth
I
messing
saw
around with, because that's, you're playing an arcade beat 'em up. Those games are not long.
Yeah. So
that's part of like, but I want to do that as like part of the TMNT primer.
Yeah.
as
That's
a
what
bigger
I was saying.
as a thing. I want to do a TMNT primer. I want to do an X-Men primer.
Mm-hmm.
At some point.
So, I mean, I'm actually looking pretty forward to the TMNT primer.
Yeah.
I have only seen. I'm kind of in the same. I'm in a similar spot with TMNT that I am with X-Men, in that for X-Men, the thing I keep thinking of is the Pride of the X-Men theme. I haven't watched, and I haven't seen any even fucking clips from it. I've just watched the theme like 1,000 times.
Like, every line of that short is burned into my brain.
Hell yeah.
Like, not because it's good, but because it's fucking memorable to me.
And see, with TMNT, it's like the opposite. Like, for a bit there, YouTube kept recommending like clips from the cartoon. And I kept like clicking on them, and like, I don't know, man. I remember seeing that show a tiny bit when I was little, like in daycare or whatever. But that was one I don't even remember seeing it on, like, when I would go to my grandparents and they had cable and stuff. I don't even remember like seeing it. So I don't know if the timing was off or just they weren't airing reruns or whatever by the time that era of my life happened. But seeing these clips and like fucking, there's like one where like Shredder and I don't know who it was who.
I think it's Michelangelo.
Switch bodies with him, yeah.
Yeah, it's Michelangelo.
And like, he's fucking walking through the pizza place. He's like, "Whoa, there's some cheese left in the shredder, tubuloso."
Yes,
and like
that's
that
how
fucking
Michelangelo talks.
Like, that shit is like, that hits for me, dude. Like, I love that shit. It's so good. Like, and the fact that, because I've seen it a little bit enough to know the fact that it's like Shredder's voice actor doing that. Like, it's fucking incredible to me. Or like one of the other turtles, like the same episode, different clip, where like one of the turtles comes in, is like, "It's Shredder." He's like, "Where?" Fucking turns around, like, that shit is. I was fucking dying. I'm like, you know what? This is like a bit of a little, like, they're giving me like the good tidbits to get me primed for the primer. So
yeah,
I'm like,
that is just a thing of like, the primer. We're only gonna watch like 5 episodes of the original cartoon.
Fucking think. The primer,
because that's what they originally made. They made like a 5-episode kind of season that sort of has an so that has those first 5 episodes kind of have an overarching plot on top of like the episode of the week stuff. So it's more structured.
Yeah.
And then it goes into like having endless episodes because it became the most popular thing in the world or whatever.
Yeah. But no, I'm
but then there's like, I want to, and then like reading some of the comics and stuff too.
Oh yeah, of course.
And like the first movie.
Yeah.
Cause like the different tones, like just all the different things TMNT can be.
Yeah. Trying to see if there's like any. It's very. I would maybe like to get to a couple of these movie nights. Honestly, I think the two big. Actually, maybe 3. No, there's 4. You know what? There's like 4 of these movie nights I think that I'm looking real forward to. Dark Muppet Fantasy Night. Like, I'm on board for that shit. The video game movie night, because you were nice enough to put Animal Crossing in there. I just want to watch that. Also, the other stuff is like, that's how, like, I'm looking forward to the other shit. after we talked about it ages ago.
Yeah.
And then I think you had. I thought wasn't your Shakespeare night like. I forget how your Shakespeare night was set up. I thought that was the one doing like some Japanese like takes on Shakespeare. That's what it is.
I think
Or
there are
is there,
two
like, stuff
Kurosawa movies in there.
Okay. Yeah, because that sounded good. And then we also have Soviet Shakespeare, which is like, I mean, those I've watched both of them. I really, really enjoyed them. So I think that'll be a fun thing.
Bad.
And I forgot, actually, I added Soviet Disney, which I'm looking forward to. Because I've seen a lot of those clips and stuff. And it's kind of like Winnie the Pooh. I think those stories are as good, but they're just very different in their execution.
Sure. I'm trepidatious because I didn't like that Winnie the Pooh.
I thought
You
you
didn't say
liked it.
tut tut. No.
I thought you liked it. You fucking altering my memory of shit.
Well, it didn't hit. I might have said it was okay, but it definitely didn't hit.
You're just fucking blinded by American Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, I am. That's like my favorite Disney movie. I love those books. Like that's pure nostalgia childhood. That's untouchable. I played fucking Christopher Robin in a play as a kid.
Yeah, see, I had the luxury of coming into like I did like all. It wasn't the first time I had taken that shit in for the podcast, but like there was one day where I was just like, what if I just checked out like Winnie the Pooh, and I kind of did like all of that at once. So it was all hitting fairly equally, though. I think the book is still just the best.
Sure.
But yeah, we have like I'm fucking stoked for our shit that we got coming up.
Yeah. There's some comic stuff I want to do.
I never took Dragon Prince off of my fucking cartoon list. That can go away.
I was pruning a couple things the other day, but
Oh, Hilda can go away. 12 Forever. I like. You know what? I'm gonna only say. I had episode 1 on there, to like do an intro to that show. That actually is unnecessary because it's garbage, but there is an episode I want you to watch at some point because it's like, you knowing me, it's like the most cursed fucking thing that I could ever possibly watch. I was like, I don't even care. The show got canceled, and honestly, good. Like, I've never been so fucking turned off by an episode of something before in my entire life.
yeah.
So I think it would just be fun for you to watch that and be like, damn, this is what the fuck.
That's so funny.
They did you in.
The thing I feel like we need to do at some point is Evangelion.
Yeah, that should happen. I'm piecing together that show meme by meme.
And that's the most important thing, is having the context for the memes, honestly.
I've gotten the context for the memes. Like, I've been able to figure it out. You know, it's pretty easy. Also, I've seen Witch from Mercury. Like, I got it.
And also just recently I was thinking we should really do Dirty Pair just because that show's fun.
I forget. What is it about again? I remember you mentioning it.
It's about two girls who are mercenaries, basically.
Okay. Let me take a peek here.
It's just fun.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The Lovely Angels.
I feel like I came across this as well on my own. I was probably looking up whatever anime that was like something.
I I know I told you to watch the opening at some point for deciding between things to watch.
Yeah. I feel like this, based on the look of it, I feel like I was looking, it was like Bubblegum Crisis or something. And then I was like, this feels like it's only a few Wikipedia links away from Bubblegum Crisis. Or
I think that was when I started watching it. It was around when we did Bubblegum Crisis.
Okay.
It was in my bucket of stuff I was looking at,
also,
but I've only been chipping away at it incredibly slowly. Like I watched one episode the other day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is just fun. You know?
Yeah. You also mentioned Full Metal Alchemist, but like at that point we're getting into like a lot of that might be leading into like 2025.
And that like one I'm just like, that's one that I think that show is great. I just don't know that it's what you want to watch.
Yeah. I'll say there's like there's a thing I want to check out because the dude behind Village Bride soundtrack, Kevin Penkin, he did the soundtrack for the anime Made in Abyss, and I had never actually looked into it, and then I saw like a random like little clip or something from it, and the premise actually sounds cool. There's like a giant fucking hole in the ground, and there's like artifacts and shit, and they get wilder the farther down you go. There's like different levels or something. Not levels, but like plateaus or whatever, shelves or something that you can get onto, but you can keep going deeper. And like the deeper you go, like you get a little fucked up and stuff. And I'm like, this sounds fucking cool. It sounds like people might be finding swords in this hole. So I'm gonna check that out. I hope it's good. I mean, I'll do my best to see if it's like a thing you might also enjoy, but my track record with determining that is murky at best.
Mm-hmm. It's from the year like 2012, so it's way too recent for me to care.
This fucking guy.
I don't know.
Hank
the things I've been more interested in diving into are things from the 60s to the 90s.
I'm sorry. What year was Shin Ultraman? If you can refresh my memory.
Yeah, but it's
fucking kaboom.
Based on a thing from 1966. If it's a new version of a thing that was old, that's also acceptable. Like Urusei Yatsura, a new anime, I'm all about it, because it's from that old version's from late 70s, early 80s. So, perfect.
There's a Kevin Penkin soundtrack. I'm fucking in. I'm obligated to check it out.
Sure. I don't check out shows based on who did the soundtrack, I find.
I generally don't, but when I like a thing that much, it's not like I'm just, I'm not just seeing a name and like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
sure.
If I see like a thing that I love that much and it's in like roughly the same medium,
sure,
I'll give it a peek. Also, just like, as I said, the premise sounds very, people are finding shit, Hank. They're finding artifacts. Those artifacts have powers. It will either be exactly what tickles my brain or it will be dog shit. There is not going to be an in-between, I feel like. It's anime, fair. Baby.
True.
Unlike Death Note, which is just a show masquerading as an anime, it's not real anime.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Important distinction.
I think that covers the stuff that I'm the most keen to get to.
Along with, as we said,
like I kind of want to make you watch the first season of Doctor Who, but also I kind of don't care that you watch it. So
I'm open to doing that because it gives me some more context while also is not watching the era of Doctor Who that I have grown to hate based on everyone around me talking about it too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
there's a lot of other
stuff.
shit.
There's other stuff I'd rather do. Yeah. That's
and
really
I mean, we do have like, as you said,
the window where I was more caring about it is kind of past also. So
yeah,
which is kind of what happened with Dear Brother, where I really wanted to do it, and then kind of the moment kind of passed.
Yeah,
where I was like fucking dying to do it.
No, we got good shit ahead. As you said, we do have like half.
Whereas the new Ursa Yatzer I've been dying to do for fucking 2 years.
We'll figure it out.
One day you'll watch enough old anime that you can do it. One day.
Do what?
The new Ursa Yatzer anime.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I hope I get it done. I feel like I'm extra. Like I've really showed my hand here. So now if I don't get it done in a kind of timely fashion, it's gonna look real bad for me.
Yeah. Sometimes shit happens.
Yeah, but like this isn't that much. It's only 60 episodes, 4 films, and like 12 OVAs.
Yeah, the OVAs really also add up to being more of a thing.
Yeah.
Because those are kind of all like extra movies.
Yeah.
Like they're not that long, but
I'll say, I feel like I forget if I've gotten to the last one or not, but I did skip the clip shows the clip show episodes, which I think I forget if I said it on a podcast or just talking to you. I think those are I think they would be really great if you were watching it week to week or whatever. And so the clips are from a thing that you saw like a fucking year or more ago. They would be really cool. I think those would really hit. But like binge watching this shit, I'm like, you're showing me the stuff I saw like 2 days ago or whatever. So it just doesn't matter.
I'll tell you, when you think you're putting on an OVA that's going to have OVA level animation, and then it's
clip show?
Literally it's a clip show of a very early episode. You're like, what's going on here?
Yep.
What's happening? Why did this animation not look better?
Yeah. No, I feel that one. Because there was
why is this the first episode that Ryoko was in? Why am I watching this story? This can't be. It can't have just gotten to this.
Yeah. No, man. It was a good year, and there's a good year ahead for podcast content. Everything else might be fucking miserable, but
yeah, who knows? Fucking the world might.
Yeah, we're like fuck that shit, but yeah,
but podcast content.
Podcast.
We got so much. We had Justice League, Ben. We have Justice League on the horizon.
Dude, you know what? I do have a last anecdote on that. I was talking to someone about animated DC stuff. They actually recommended. They also brought up what is it? Bold and the Brave, Bold and the Brash,
Batman, Brave and the Bold.
Sure, whatever. Close enough. They recommended that. I'm like, yeah. I'll be getting to that as I recall. They also said, how'd they phrase it? They said The Batman, I guess, is an animated series or something. But they also said like, this is a thing that I like that many people didn't. So who knows?
Yeah, that was the animated Batman show that came after Batman Beyond.
Gotcha.
That was like a different team. That's where the Joker has dreadlocks.
Great. No, they were very like.
That's the show that's like, if you were a kid at the right time, I get why you like this. But for me, it was just like, this ain't it.
Yeah. No, I'll probably I might be interested in checking it out. But the thing I was getting to was they were like, you know what? It's hard to recommend, but Justice League Unlimited. But the problem is you have to watch like 1,000 episodes before getting you need to watch everything to get context. And I was like, I have some good news for you.
Hell yeah.
That was just so funny. Like, oh, but there's this really big caveat, and I'm like, that's not a problem. You don't understand. That was great. Yeah,
It's so funny how fucking deep you have to be to watch Unlimited.
yeah. But I'm so stoked to fucking get there, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, Salt Circle Podcast at gmail.com, Salt Circle Pod on Twitter, anchor.fm/Salt Circle. We're on YouTube at Salt Circle. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
Yo, there's a thing I didn't mention. But like we're still working on it. But I will give the little teaser.
Sure.
Salt the Wound.
Yes.
I'm looking fucking forward to Salt the Wound.
That will happen.
Yeah.
YouTube content.
YouTube content, baby.